You all having a good day?
6.
You're outside playing? It's nice and pretty outside.
What's your movie about?
It's called Material Girls, and it's about two sisters that are material girls, and they have everything they want and a ton of money, and then they lose their company and, you know, don't treat people the way they should, and it's how they, like a story of values, how they get their, you know, life back and learn what's important in life and stuff. It's good, it's fun.
Good.
My sister and I get to work together, which is cool.
Material Girls came as a spec screenplay, and we took the movie to Maverick.
It was fantastic. We pulled it off the mark as fast as we could because obviously the title itself and the story just appealed to us.
The next process of what happened with the script was that I brought in a guy called Gary Hamilton, who has a company called ArcLight, which is a foreign sales company.
So we went through a development process, and you know, we got this script to a certain point, and you know, we decided that now we needed to put a director on it.
It's a funny concept of, you know, two rich, spoiled girls who end up with nothing and have to find their way back, but learn how to deal with reality. That's great. It's a great premise for comedy, and I'm in the mood to do those kind of movies right now, and just said, yeah, I'd really love to do it.
We came on board to do a production rewrite. I think it's always fun for Amy and I to work on characters who are sisters or best friends or something like that, because we've been best friends for so long.
I have always wanted a project that both of my girls could work in together.
They were the obvious choice. I mean, they'd always championed the project. They'd always loved it.
We knew that we wanted to do a project together, and we didn't know, you know, when the right time to do it was or what the project was going to be, but this one always stood out for us, and we kind of felt like, you know, we shouldn't pick the time to do it. The time should just happen, and it should just all come together the way it's supposed to, and it really did.
It's a lot of fun and fast-paced, and you know, great characters in it, and it appealed to us on a number of levels.
So we just loved getting to work together, and we loved that it was a comedy.
We did a lot of research, and Hilary and Haley took us clubbing.
Hilary and I have been a lot more involved in this film than we have anything else, and
We kind of got the script ready and got it all together, and it was hard. It was definitely like a struggle, you know, doing something ourselves, like actually doing a lot of the work for the movie ourselves.
The producers nurture the script and they nurture all of these things, and suddenly they launch it, and then it's in the hands of the director and people like me to make sure that the picture gets done.
I'm just so impressed with the people that have been put together on this movie. And you know, this is my 258th movie that we financed.
I've known Martha for quite a while, not terribly well. We've ridden together. We're both horse aficionados.
Martha had Johnny Jensen, our director of photography, who's a great guy, and both Martha and I had worked with him before.
The idea, of course, I think, as a director, is to bring more to the script than was actually scripted, just as actors should bring more to the parts than was actually scripted. As we get to experiment with a scene, we'll add humor, add physical comedy, and add things that you wouldn't have planned to have happen.
So Martha has been great as a director because she used to be an actress, and she just really kind of knows how to communicate to an actor.
Working with Martha Coolidge was an invaluable experience. This was our first movie that had gone into production, and we told Martha, we said we're spoiled forever because she's been such an amazing director. She's so respectful of writers and of actors and of crew and everything. Everybody loves her, and you know, she's manages to be both commanding and a great leader while, you know, always saying, you know, she's always nice.
Martha is so cool. Martha is so relaxed.
I think we're lucky to have them.
When you work with great actors, people who you click with, it is wonderful to use them again when you have the right part.
We'd worked together on introducing Dorothy Dandridge with Halle Berry.
This is my 4th movie with Martha. Every one of them has been completely different.
We did a movie together when I was younger, and that was one of my favorite movies that I ever did, so I was excited to get the chance to work with her again.
I think the people are great. You know, the camaraderie on this shoot is fantastic. Got a lot of women on the set. Martha, Hilary, Haley, managers, mother of Haley, Angelica Houston. Got a lot of talented and very strong personality-based women.
And it's really great to work with a bunch of women. I mean, with Eve and the girls and Martha, and you know, we're all together on this as a team.
I've been a teenage girl, and there are definitely things that are in the script that girls understand that boys don't, or it's not really so much the thing that you don't understand, it's the way of looking at it.
She's a female director, and I've never worked with a female director before, so that was really cool.
I think the leading men in this movie are not necessarily typical of what a guy would cast to play the leading men. And they're a little offbeat, but they're great. Material Girls is a story of two young women,
Hollywood celebutantes,
who've inherited their father's makeup company. They're spoiled, they run around in the jet set and spend money and enjoy a good life. Suddenly, a horrible scandal happens and the girls are broke.
We're broke? We burn our house down.
Their credit cards get declined.
You know what, I'm gonna take those scissors
and they have nothing.
We're destitute.
And find themselves forced to fend for themselves for the first time in their lives.
Oh my God! When we go to our housekeeper, Inez's house.
And now they have to clear their father's name and their name, and they have to solve the problem, but with no money. And it's the adventures of two young women who make a lot of mistakes, who are hilarious fish out of water when it comes to doing anything practical.
This is enough to make me go vegan.
The movie is really coming to grips with standing on your own 2 feet and learning to live without somebody helping you.
You and I are taking care of ourselves from now on.
They survive and they make good. The combination of their sweetness and their naivete, but also their smarts.
I think it is the biggest lesson that every teenager and young adult needs to learn, is to find out who you are, be true to yourself.
Although most people can't relate to what it's like to be a Hollywood celebutante losing their money, I think what makes it relatable is that these are two girls, you know, coming of age and, you know, having to sort of be in the real world for the first time, which is something that everyone goes through, whether it's, you know, graduating from college and suddenly having to get a job. I mean, it's sort of a universal experience that just has a unique spin on it.
My character's name is Tansy Marchetta, and I'm the youngest sister like I am in real life. And she's secretly very interested in becoming like a scientist and going to a great college and one day being the main person that creates all the makeup. She's like an undercover nerd.
My character in Material Girls, her name is Ava Marchetta, and she is, I think, a little bit brattier than Tansy is.
Ava's kind of like the ringleader. Tansy just kind of does what Ava says, you know, like they go along together, do everything, but she's obviously the little sister.
She learns through all of the bad things that happen in her life during the movie how to treat people and what really is important in life, which is, you know, your sister and your family and, you know, yourself. Having respect for yourself and standing up for yourself and stuff like that. Angelica Houston was such a doll. I loved getting to work with her. And it was such an honor to be on set with somebody like her. Hilary and I knew all the lines to most of her movies, and to get to work with somebody like that who came to set and really, you know, brought us in with open arms and talked to us and wanted to run lines with us, and that's so neat to have, you know, somebody that you idolize reach out to you like that.
I like to do a lot of different parts, and this part was really great. She's the head of a cosmetics company, and she's sort of the rival to the Marchetta sisters. She was their father's rival in the cosmetics business.
Are you well? Are you truly, truly well?
She's actually, in description, the opposite of how Fabiella was written, but it doesn't matter because she's such a character and a presence that she made Fabiella become what she is.
I want your company. I like making movies for young people. It's been a really nice kind of thing in my career.
And we were so lucky to get Angelica Houston. I loved working with her so much. She was amazing and so friendly and so professional, and she is just a very creative actress, you know, like everything that she brought to her character, and it was just dead on every single time.
It's a nice story, and I think they're terrific. They're great, these girls.
It's been so great to work with Lucas again.
I play a lawyer named Henry who works at a legal aid office.
You two want me to work for you pro bono?
He's never done a part like this before. He's never really done the comedy, the quippy comedy. He's never done the kind of romantic lead.
It's nice when someone like Martha sees that I could do this, you know, because A lot of times a director won't necessarily see that in me, you know, because I am known for these serious movies. That's why it's so fun and exciting.
Lucas chooses so many great roles in really great movies, and we were really lucky to get him for this.
One of the great treats of the film was working with Maria Conchita Alonso. She's just a vivacious person. She has enormous energy, a lot of ideas.
Please behave. Don't burn down the house. My character's name is Inés. She comes from Colombia, and she's the one that takes care of the household. She's, you know, a surrogate mother. You know, the girls look up to her. She raised these little girls when their mother abandoned them.
Right now. Can we reschedule?
And she has 2 children back in Colombia, something these 2 girls don't even know.
Missy, how come you never told us that?
Because you never asked. I wanted to make my character funny too.
She wanted us to add weight to her. Now, how many actresses want to do that?
These are not mine. Look, no, they're not. And this is not mine either. You see, like here and then like here, you know.
She put these big butt pads, and so it made her have like really big hips and a really big butt in the movie. And it was really funny the way she walked and kind of the way she talked.
You know, one minute you saw her and she had like her, you know, Maria Conchita body. And
this is the real me, you know.
And then a couple minutes later, she was padded with all these like hips, and it was really funny, and she did a great job.
Just for fun.
Okay.
Brent Spiner's really funny. His character in the movie is the CEO of the company. He was our father's best friend.
Now that he's passed away, he's left the business to my character to run, but the girls still own it.
You can't tell whether, you know, he's the bad guy in this or whether he's the good guy in this.
He tries to like use cool words and like say funny things, but it just turns out really dorky.
This is Rockaware.
Rockaware.
I've worked with him in quite a few movies. He's so talented, and he loves to change. He's a chameleon.
He and Oba Babatunde, who plays Craig, they had most of their scenes together, and the 2 of them were like this little team. Like they were always coming up with little things to add into the story.
Those 2, Oba and Brent together, are like hilarious.
Oba Babatunde, who has the greatest name in Hollywood, is a wonderful actor that I did Dorothy Dandridge with. He's just great.
Booyah!
Well, he's just turned Craig into such a great character.
He plays our financial guy for the company. I guess he just got introduced to Bluetooth. Bluetooth is where you can have like your earpiece into your phone and not have it connected to anything.
I love you very much. I'll talk to you later. Hey, nice to meet you.
And he's always on the phone. So you're never sure whether he's talking to you or somebody on the phone.
How many people does everyone know walks around with either their cell phone to their ear or their Bluetooth attached?
Very, very hard pressure. Yes, I'm sorry, I'm scheduling a shiatsu.
We brought in a lot of guys for Hilary's love interest. Marcus came in and he had charisma, and there was sort of a dynamic between them.
Well, I play Rick, and he's pretty mellow. He's a chemist, but he's not like your classic chemist in the sense like he's not a total dork. He is a bit dorky, but I tried to kind of keep some of that out.
There was just something about Marcus when he came in, and like his whole look and the way that, you know, he kind of took Rick and what he brought into the character and kind of our chemistry.
Working with Hilary and Haley, I don't know how they can be so cute and so down to earth. I was really surprised, to tell you the truth. Hilary is very shy. She's very cute. She's beautiful. Haley is very outgoing and very sweet too. She's a great actress.
Haley and Hilary they're really charming girls. They're great, they're sweet, they're fun, they have lovely manners.
They're very talented, very willing to work. They've been great with the rest of the cast and the crew. The fact that Hilary and Haley are sisters is just priceless. You could not buy that kind of interplay with months of rehearsal. They're just great together, and they really help each other. They care. It's been an enormous amount of fun. They're very entertaining. They're really nice girls, and they really love what they do.
It's fun, you know, being around younger people who have the enthusiasm for their career and what they're doing.
We're obviously sisters in real life and like best friends, and so working together on the movie is like we never feel alone. You know, you're like there, you always have someone to talk to, you always have someone to kind of be there with you, and you have something to say. We have this little language that we speak with each other called gibberish, and sometimes we get a little carried away on set, but we love it. We have a really good time. Like, say I send her a message and she doesn't know or hasn't gotten it yet, I'll be like, and that means like check your two-way. Another funny thing is everyone was like, we need to get 2 trailers for the girls, and we're like, no, we share a trailer.
Yeah, we want to share a trailer, and we like it because we get to bring all of our dogs on the set every day, and they get to all play together in our, one big trailer rather than 2 littler ones. We have my mom, and my mom takes care of so much for us, and I can't imagine doing any of this stuff without having my mom there. I think that's what keeps us sane, is my mom.
The first thing I hope that the audience gets from seeing Material Girls is a wonderful time. I hope they walk out of the movie singing, humming, and laughing. It's really meant to be a great time.
One thing that we really tried to do with this film is, make it okay for a younger audience to go and see, but still edgy enough to kind of expand.
I hope it's going to be a film where mothers bring their daughters, but I think it's a great film for young girls. I think they're going to love it.
I definitely think it's for a very wide range of people to go see. And it's very funny, but it has a lot of heart, and there's a big lesson to be learned in the movie.
What's your movie about?
It's called Material Girls, and it's about 2 sisters that have everything they want and a ton of money, and then they lose their company and, don't treat people the way they should, and it's a story of values, how they learn what's important in life and stuff. It's good, it's fun. Good. My sister and I get to work together, which is cool. A big part of Material Girls for us is that we got to work together.
It was cool to have a project that we got to do fun things and not really be ourselves,
And
but be
lighthearted.
sisters. Yeah.
It wasn't something that was really serious. Like, we thought it was just so high energy, and we thought it'd be fun to get to do something together like that. And on the set, we shared a trailer together, and we had the option of having 2 at first, and then we were like, no,
We're just gonna be walking.
We're gonna be like in one of them either way anyway, so. We always had our dogs with us on set too, so it was nice to be able to have them all together in one place.
We got bored one day, and we were going to be waiting for a while because they were shooting a different scene. And we decided to make the dogs a dog house out of this huge box that had been there for like a week that we hadn't.
That's so embarrassing. I can't believe you're telling them that.
It's funny. Our dogs were like, we're not getting in that. We spent more time in this box, like trying to get the dogs to come in, like, come on, like inside this box. And the PA walked in a couple times, like, what are you guys doing
sitting in that cardboard box? And we had we cut little windows out for them and stuff. Like in the shape, we worked really hard on that, and they hated it. They wouldn't go in it.
Haley and I got to do so much fun stuff that wasn't in the script just because being together, like you throwing away the plate with the gross stuff on it. We live together, so I always do the dishes. Most of the time.
I don't like dishes.
Like if it's really dirty, so it's funny that she just threw a plate away or did things that we can't do in our real life, but that we got to kind of do in the movie.
Even the iron, when you did it in your face.
That was real though, because I don't know how to iron.
She didn't know how to iron, and she really did.
I pushed some button on this thing, and this huge air puff came in.
I think in the script it said she puts on the easy spirits and feels them out or something.
Yeah, feels them out.
And she just started doing this crazy thing all over the room, and it turned out to be one of my favorite parts.
You know what? That's like me. That one scene is really me. Like when you and I are together or we're just having fun, that's my personality, is just being kind of weird like that, I guess. Both of ours.
No, but I think that just people don't always get to see that really funny side of her. One of my favorite parts too is when Hilary and I are dressed up in the Sassy Mates outfits, and we're cleaning in the bathrooms and stuff, and we go in to change, and Hilary's changing in one area of the trailer and I'm changing in the other, and our hair and makeup rooms were on the opposite sides of a really long trailer, But
Well, because Haley would get makeup done while I would get my hair done.
and then we would switch.
You know,
I remember when Hilary first walked out and she had the dark lip liner with the clear gloss and the big like rolled up bangs and like the slicked down bun.
the eyebrows.
The eyebrows were all drawn on and she kind of looked at me like, why aren't you dressed like this? And
It was like,
why are you dressed like that? I was like, what are you doing?
but it was funny, you know. And I thought that was just gonna be like a scene. I didn't actually think that I was gonna have to be dressed like that for like 3 days.
Yeah.
But it was bad. And Marcus and you and I were like jumping into the dumpster and running through with the dogs and everything like that. It's fun.
Come on, Ted.
The opening scene, even halfway through the filming, we didn't really know exactly what we wanted it to be yet. Originally, the opening scene was the two of us walking down like Rodeo and shopping, and it was like, remember all that?
Yeah.
In one of the first scripts, and then halfway through, we were kind of like, why don't we make it this really cheesy makeup commercial and have like flowy white stuff? And I mean, we just wanted it to feel like you couldn't believe that they would put themselves in their own makeup ad and that they would be so cheesy with it. And they're like putting on the mascara and, you know, so we thought that that was really funny. And
it took a really long time. You know, we were kind of like running out of time that day when we shot that. And so Haley and I were like really tired. And we started like goofing off. I started like crossing my eyes at Haley just to make her laugh, you know? And Martha put it in the beginning part of the movie, and I was like, I can't believe you did that to me. You know, it's really, really strange. But I guess she thought it was funny, so.
now I'll see it. You told everybody. Now everyone's gonna know.
I want them to know that we were just playing.
It was like one of those days where we were just slap happy
yeah, you get
and just
slap
like
happy.
giggling at everything. Especially because what we were doing was a little ridiculous, you know, with the white things, and we didn't want it to be choreographed. We wanted it to be like just funny and like they were doing it on their own, you know.
It's funny because we totally are not those girls at all, but their relationship and how close they are, we really are that close in real life. You know, we really have each other's backs, and we live together like we did in the movie, and we like have all the same friends,
And they rely on each other a lot in the movie too,
Yeah.
and we're like that in real life. You know, we're each other's best friends, so.
there was like a huge superficiality thing between those girls though, and that's not us.
They just had no grasp of reality and didn't really understand all the work that it takes to run the company and even run their own lives, you know. They don't have to do anything for themselves, and that was kind of intriguing to us also, to play somebody that doesn't have to do anything like that, because we always, you know, my mom's always made us do chores and take the trash out and take care of the house, and yeah, so.
We're not excessive, you know, and
they were.
And they were very excessive, and you know, I would look at things all the time and be like, that's too expensive, I don't need that, you know. But she's like a shoe girl.
Yeah, it's sick.
I came to her apartment, and she's living in New York right now, and she's got like 12 new pairs of shoes that I've never seen before. And I'm like, are you buying a new pair of shoes every week? Like, what's happening? You know what I mean? So it wouldn't be right to say that we didn't like material things, but I don't think that it makes up who we are.
Okay, how do I look? Total rock star. Thank you. Liking? Love it. Love it. Love it.
We're girly girls. We like to shop, and we're into makeup, and
But I think that we're very reasonable.
Yeah.
You know, like we splurge a little bit. We like to go. Sometimes when we go shopping together, we get in trouble.
Because we'll push each other. We're like, get it, you
Well,
know?
we can get two. If you get it in this color and I get it in this color, we share. Like,
Yeah.
we do stuff like that, but.
You know, I think shopping is a thing that, you know, is very specific to each girl. You know, each girl has their own way that she's going to like to shop.
Calm down. Retro's really in right now.
It just is like what you feel good in and what makes you happy. And like, even if it's something that other people think is ugly, if you like it, then rock it, you know? I think, don't you?
I do too.
You girls look nice.
Really? We're wearing our charity handouts.
Fantastic.
I think it's really important for young people, especially just to express themselves, you know? Like, some people dress funkier than others, some people are more girly. And you shouldn't let anyone be able to tell you what's cool or what's uncool as long as you're comfortable and you feel good in it. It's such a fun thing. It should always be a good experience.
It's very invigorating. You're good at this stuff, just like Daddy.
Thanks.
Makeup is kind of I have different feelings about makeup right now, though, because of Hairspray. I have to wear so much makeup every day in the show because it's theater that I'm like, on my days off, I don't want to wear makeup. I don't want to be anywhere near it.
I mean, we both like it. It's very like feminine, girly, and It's funny the way you can totally like transform your face with makeup. You know, you can look totally different. But some days when we don't wear barely any makeup is the days where I feel the best because
you feel like yourself.
Even though it's fun, you feel like yourself, you know, and you have to feel comfortable in your skin and what you actually really look like all the time. I think that the theme of the movie, it's really about the girls' relationship, you know, the sisters, and they really find out how much that they depend on each other and love each other and need each other. And I think that it's a great movie to kind of show people that it's really important to go out and do things for yourself, and you have to be independent. You have to learn how to take care of yourself and be inspired to go out and do things for yourself and find a career that you love, or, you know, surround yourself with people that are good people. And
when even like the character Jaden, who's kind of like just crazy the whole time, like, you know, imitating Tansy, and then at the end she's imitating Ava. But the thing that I loved about that character was that she was the one that was always kind of like a little like weird, and you didn't really know what to think about her, but she was the one with like the best heart out of all of them, and she was the one that we kept around in the end, you know?
You know, at the end of the movie, the girls finally like build up their company again and do it from them growing and learning and wanting it, wanting to be proud of what they could do. I think that was a really strong message, and it has a lot of heart, and that was important to us, is that, you know, it had heart.
sisters and you're watching E! A material, a material, a material, a material.
The Marchetta sisters
We are the face of Marchetta.
My gorgeous girls were living the good life
Oh, he has such great taste. Hey, but you picked that out. Well, yeah, but he likes it.
until they got
Let me put this as delicately as I can.
a little bad news.
Marchetta Cosmetics. Future is a disaster.
Now
So sorry, your credit card's been declined. Hey!
I had to cancel all your cards.
We're broke.
They're out of money.
You guys might want to look into getting a job.
What are your skills, girls? Can you type?
Oh, we're good. We could do like 10 IMs a minute.
Okay.
See?
Doris, do you have any Motrin?
Out of style.
I have no clothes.
I still have the hand-me-downs you gave me.
I feel so last year. Calm down. Retro's really in right now.
And completely out of place.
This is ridiculous. Friends don't let friends take public transportation.
Lady.
What?
It's $1.35.
I'm not tipping you till I know how your service is.
This summer,
Fabiella is going to make an offer.
Girls, I want your company.
Fabiella, our worst enemy.
Do you girls even want to run this place?
I feel like Daddy's still alive and he's just gonna come and save us. You and I are taking care of ourselves from now on. We'll rebuild this company.
Hilary Duff and Haley Duff in a comedy about what happens when material girls
I was a debate team nerd in high school.
That's cute. Nerds are like really in right now.
get real.
You girls, you're everything to me.
Give it up for Ava and Tansy Marchetta.
Material girls.
Thanks.
No problem, Miss Marchetta.
I've got to come to the office more often.
A Martha Coolidge film.
soundtrack to
It is time.
Now see here, if you don't make a decision soon, I'll have to
From the day we arrive on the planet and blinking step into the sun, there's more to be seen than can ever be seen, more to do than could ever be done. Yeah. Some say eat or be eaten, some say live and let live. Yeah.
But all are agreed as they join the stampede. You should never take more than you give in the circle of life. It's the wheel of fortune. It's a leap of faith. Oh, it's the band of hope. Till we find a place on the path unwinding, in the circle of life. Some of us fall by the wayside, and some of us soar to the stars.
And some of us troubles, and some have to live with our scars. Yeah.
It's far too much to take in here, more to find than could ever be found.
But the sun rolling high through the sapphire sky keeps great and small on the endless round. the circle of life.
Here we go. Pictures up, slates in. Roll playback, roll camera. Action.
The circle
of
life.
Clap your hands.
We're remaking The Circle of Life for the Lion King Special Edition DVD.
It's gonna be the bomb.
It's cool to be part of the special edition DVD release. And also there's lots of other people from the Disney Channel getting to sing on the song too. It's the circle of life, so we're creating a circle of love and we're singing the song.
You know, a lot of them don't get a chance to be with the most, awesome, most finest boy, you know what I'm saying, with young man, on the Disney Channel, you know what I'm saying? Wait a minute. Don't, edit that.
Can I have my headphone mix up?
Basically, they sing, each one of them sings through the song. They sing through it a few times, and then everybody sings the last two choruses.
Join the stampede. You should never take more than you give in the circle of life.
The R-E, it was like more. I'm so honored to be a part of this awesome song. The Circle of Life is about experiences that happen to you, and everyone goes through the whole circle of life, so it's really cool. It's like my all-time favorite movie too.
It's a band of hope.
I go down real smooth.
I think that the original song was just so amazing. Everything about it was so perfect. So I think we're pretty much staying true to the original song, but just adding a little bit of flavor of each of our voices to it. Nobody's ever trusted me to sing anything because I'm an actress. So hopefully I show you guys I have some vocals. We can do that again.
That might not be such a bad idea.
As I join the stampede, you should never take more than you give.
It's a really cool song. I dig the song.
Well, thank you. Oh, that's gonna sound sick. Let me do it again.
So let's do that right now.
The circle of life.
I love it. Don't you like that too?
Let's roll. It's a long way to the set.
Lisa took the chair, so I have to do my own makeup.
Shut up.
I get put to the side.
Like that.
Well, kinda. She thinks she's so the star of the show. It's oh my God, people really think that. Oh, not really. Come on.
Electric, I need a stinger in here, please.
It's definitely a lot of fun to shoot a video like this.
From the day we arrive on the planet and blinking step into the sun.
Bring the girls in.
Oh, y'all gonna bring in my girls? In the circle of life, it's the wheel of fortune.
Hillary, do it to camera.
Some of us fall by the wayside,
And some of us soar to the stars. And some of us sail through the struggles.
I really want you to sing, Hillary. Spell it out for me.
It's a blessing, and it's just great to be a part of something so big. I mean, it's the Lion King.
That's a wrap. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Having this new record be so personal and really writing it and living it and having all of these experiences and then now being able to listen to it all put together and all finished. I mean, people that want to hear it are going to hear it now and I think learn so much about me and where I'm at in my life right now. It's just a really honest record and I feel just excited. I can't wait to get out there. I haven't traveled and toured in a while and I'm just ready to get back into it again and show everybody this kind of like new side of me that I feel really comfortable with. I hope people love this record and relate to it and understand. And something that I have to look forward to is just really being myself and having people, you know, learn new things about me because I feel like there's a little bit of a preconceived image that I'm just this really nice, normal girl, and I am, but there's stuff behind all that as well, you know, and I want to share that with people because I think they'll relate to it and understand. Well, I was born in Houston, and when I was about 4, we moved to San Antonio. My sister started getting involved in like ballet and school plays and singing in the choir at school, and I'm like 2.5 years younger than her, so everything that she wanted to do, I wanted to do as well. And it basically was just kind of like that, you know, she wanted to get involved in acting, and there was an acting workshop not too far away from our house, and I was the tomboy, you know, like I just always wanted to be outside and always active and doing sports and stuff like that. And Haley was a little bit different, you know, she was more like creative and really girly, and she was having like so much fun during these acting classes, and she would come home and teach me what she'd learned, and I was like, I want to do it too, and because I wanted to be just like her. It really happened like that. We would see little things like posted on the bulletin board at the workshop, you know, like random casting call, come here, come there, modeling job, like show up, audition, you know, and after about a couple months of us going to this class, my mom started noticing how much more talkative I would be and not as shy, and I would, you know, go up to anybody and start a conversation, and just really like opened both of us up a lot. And she was like so impressed by it, and we would start bugging her like, Mom, will you take us to this thing? It's this weekend, you know? And she's like, okay. And we just kept, we're very persistent with making it known that we wanted to do this. That's when we started coming out to LA. It's quite funny because when we first got out here, it was kind of like this whole scam thing, you know, like we met this woman and pay her, you know, $2,000 and everything's gonna be set up for you out here, and we have no idea how any of this stuff works, you know, and of course we get out here and nothing is set up for us. We don't have an agent, we don't have a manager, we don't have auditions, we just have a place to stay. So She did this to like a couple families, and most of them just packed up and went home and was like bummed out. And we're like, well, we have this place and we have our homeschooling set up for 2 months. So we stayed, and we were going on auditions, and my mom like found this bookstore, how to get all this information on the business and meet people and get an agent. And Haley actually booked a commercial, and I booked a commercial, and we were like, oh, this is easy. Like, we're good at this. We got it down, I think I booked a couple more commercials, but then nothing else. Nothing for a long time, and we were like, oh, I guess it's not as easy as we thought, and we went back to Texas, and then we would come back, and it was like nothing for a couple years. And then finally we started to both kind of book guest spots on TV shows, and I booked this movie that was a made-for-TV movie called Casper Meets Wendy. It was such a great experience because it was just a really quick lesson in how it's all done, And after that, things just started getting more and more permanent living in Los Angeles because we were working more and had to be here more, and it just kind of never stopped since then. When I booked Lizzie McGuire, a couple months before that, I had booked a TV show that I did the pilot for, and it was called Daddy-O. After the pilot, I got replaced by like 2 kids instead of 1. I don't know if they were twins or what the story was, but I was just like, oh my God, I got fired. They hate me. I was so kind of like embarrassed, I guess, that I felt like I did a bad job. So I was like, I want to go home. I want to go see my friends, and I want to like start going to school again. And my sister wanted to stay out here, so my mom stayed out here with her, and I went back with my dad in Texas and started going to school, and just for a couple months, and we were gonna figure out something else. And my mom calls me one day, and she's like, Hilary, there's this audition that Disney Channel's called for. And they knew me because I'd auditioned for many things for them before. And my mom was like, Hilary, they really, really wanna see you. And I was like, no, I'm done. I'm already in Texas, I don't wanna do it. And she's like, okay, and she calls back later on that day. She's like, Susan called them and told them that you weren't in town anymore and you weren't acting anymore. And they were like, what? But she's perfect for this. We really, really want to see her. And they're like, we'll send a ticket. And I was like, I'll send a ticket? Awesome. I get a free trip to LA to go see all my friends just for like a couple days. And I thought it was great. So I went, and I didn't really go over my lines at all. And I just showed up and read, and then the casting director was like, you are terribly unprepared, aren't you? And I was like, and then it kind of like put that back in me, like that challenge that I always had, that drive to want to go in and like nail an audition and do a really good job and convince someone that I could be someone else. And when she said that to me, I was like, it's on, and I like went over my lines and did everything I could to be really good. And I came back the next day, and she's like, okay, get a call back, you're gonna come and see producers. And it was a process of like 5 or 6 auditions, and then I got it, and I just stayed in LA and started filming the pilot. And I tried to not let myself get too excited because of what had happened in the past about the TV show I'd worked on. And then when we started filming, it was just like nonstop. When I decided to be a singer, it was right when Lizzie McGuire was finished. So I had filmed the TV show for 2 years, and we worked really hard. We didn't work like a normal TV show. We did like something crazy, like 35 episodes in one season. There was a ton of young artists at the time, like singers and stuff that I would be around when I would do signings, with the cast for Lizzie McGuire. And people that I listened to and knew and heard on the radio, and would be around sometimes if we were at like a work thing together. And I was watching some of them perform one day, and I was like, if they can do that, I can do that, and I don't know if I can sing, but I could try. And I remember I took a couple voice classes when I was younger, just because I was taking acting classes and stuff. And I told my mom, and she was like, oh, great, here we go again, She had no idea about anything about the music business, and neither did I, and we didn't know anybody. And I met my manager just randomly one day, and I told him, I was like, I want to be a singer. He was like, can you sing? I was like, I can try. And I just sang for him, He's a German guy. He's really funny. He's like, I want to work with you. And then we started shopping around to different record labels, and I got signed, and I started making a record. So it was really exciting, and just a whole new experience that I never knew that I could do or really wanted to do. But once I kind of got in the studio and then a year later started performing in front of people, I was like hooked. My first album we called Metamorphosis. It's so funny when I look back at my records at the time, I thought it was the coolest thing to have a record. And we named it Metamorphosis because it was like a big change for me. And it was interesting being an actress and having everyone know who you are from your TV show. And then putting out a record. From my experiences, I feel like it's almost more accepted to be a singer and then turn into an actress. It seems like it's easier or something, because I had the hardest time really trying to get people to like pay attention that I wanted to be a singer. And I think it was really just like my fans from my TV show, because it was such a huge success, you know, that they all went out and bought my record, and then people couldn't really deny that my record was successful and that people liked my music, you know? And then they started like playing me a little bit on the radio here and there, and it was #1 on the Billboard charts the second week it was out. When it was told to me, I was like, that's cool, but what does it mean? I didn't know anything about the Billboard 200 chart and about how sales work and about everything, you know, and I learned it pretty quick after Metamorphosis came out. We had 3 singles, and the first one was Why Not, which was on the soundtrack for the Lizzie McGuire movie. And then my first single that I released on my own was So Yesterday, and then Come Clean. It all happened really fast, but I remember just picking the single, and we did it with the label, and then I was shooting a video and leaving for tour and going to all these radio stations and giving them my single to play on the radio, and it was just really exciting. And then the same thing happened with Come Clean, and we shot this cool video, and I got to hear my songs on the radio and sing it for all these people that like knew it, and it was cool. And I was really lucky because I wasn't writing any back then, because I didn't really even know to. You know, I was just like, I want to sing. And my manager and my label, you know, they made it to where I got to work with really great people who wrote great songs and helped me a lot in the studio. And of course, you know, I listened to the songs and said, no, I don't like that one. Yes, I like this one. Maybe we could, you know, I got to be a part of it, just not as much as I am now, which I like. It was all like a pretty slow learning process. Kara Diaguati and John Shanks wrote Come Clean and did the music to it. And I worked with Kara a little bit for some other songs on my record and with John. And I remember hearing the song and being like, what is this exactly about? And I would just listen to it, and it would be like stuck in my head, and I started to like get the words and relate to it, and it just all of a sudden made sense. And it's always tough, which I didn't realize back then, but how can you sing a song that someone else wrote? Sometimes it doesn't always work because you're like, this doesn't relate to me. I didn't experience these things. But everything that I put on my record, I really did experience and relate to. So sometimes it just works like that someone writes a song that you're like, I totally connect with this. My second record was self-titled. We called it Hilary Duff, and it was made really quickly, but I loved it. It was like, you know, my second record, I got to be a little bit more a part of the process. I got to write a little bit. I wrote a song with my sister, and learning a little bit more about how recording things work and what this sounds like and what that sounds like. And my manager's really good with that stuff, so it was cool being around him and getting to learn from him about that, and then other people I was working with. I was also filming a movie at the time, and then this was like my big tour, my big US tour, which we were like playing arenas and they were all sold out, and it was so exciting, but my record wasn't even finished yet. So I had a single, and we had to shoot the video on my very first tour date, which was in Massachusetts. And we decided to do it like that because we had no time. And we used Chris Applebaum, and the single is called Fly. We decided to do like this whole kind of like live action thing where right before the show, I had to fly to New York, do some work, do some like talk show, TV show type things. We took a private plane back to Massachusetts that day after we had been rehearsing, did the show, and he filmed a bunch of footage of like all of the fans, the crew running in and out during the day. And he filmed me getting ready, all of us backstage, all my band, how everything works. And it was actually like one of my favorite videos because it was just a really honest video because it was like exactly what I was doing at the time. Nothing fake, It was all real, and it was just a crazy like whirlwind, and that was Fly. And then we kicked off the tour, and we were gone all summer. It was a sold-out tour, which was so exciting. And the album came out, and we were doing like interviews all day long and doing shows at night. Then right after my tour was over in September, I flew to Europe and kind of introduced my music over there for the first time, which I had never done. And my TV show had really just gotten there because everything's a little bit later. So a lot of people knew me first from my music, which I really liked because I was kind of done with my TV show at the time and wanted people to see me as a singer. And then went to Japan and did the same thing and came back and toured Canada over the winter time.
In a moment, everything can change. Feel the wind on your shoulder. For a minute, all the world can wait. Let go of yesterday.
It's such a team effort being out on the road and making a record and I guess everything with my job because I do so many things that for a while there I was just showing up and they were telling me what I was doing and then I was like, this isn't cool anymore. Like, I want to know, I want to be a part of it, I want to help make decisions. And everyone was cool with it and everybody understands, you know, because it's kind of like you want a little bit of independence and freedom and more control of what I'm doing. And I feel like on that tour is really when it started to kick in and I started to grow and be more curious about, you know, my business and what goes on to make a tour work and stuff. And kind of at first I feel like everyone thought, I want to do this all by myself, which was never the case, never could handle that, never want to, you know, but I just want to be a part of it. And now it's like they got it and we work so well together and we're like a big team. So the next single that I released was Our Lips Are Sealed, which was with my sister Haley. It's a really cute video, and Haley's obviously my sister, but she's also my best friend, so us get to work together was really fun. And I had been on tour for a while, so I hadn't seen her a lot. So she flew up to Canada when I was getting ready to kick off my winter tour up there, and we shot the video. We just got to like goof around and have fun and be sisters, and we played a couple pranks like during the video shoot and then in the video. Like we did this funny thing, because Haley and I are crazy when we get together. But we were like in this old car and these guys pull up next to us and we're at this, I think it was like an old drive-in type thing. And we like throw these pickles in it like, cause these guys are like staring at us and it like lands on his eyes on the window. It was fun just doing that whole process of like getting ready to shoot a video. Haley and I got to do this huge wardrobe fitting together and we figure out what like looks good. Cause we're gonna be standing next to each other and what part she sings, what part I sing. In the actual Go-Go's video, they end up in a fountain, like with bubbles and like playing around. And so we ended up in a fountain. But I bet when the Go-Go's did it, it wasn't like minus something degrees outside in Canada. It was freezing. But they made the water warm in the fountain and put all these bubbles everywhere. And Haley and I had to just like go for it and like jump in. And we actually ended up staying in there for a long time and having a lot of fun. So it wasn't so bad. And it's not every day you get to like jump in a fountain in a public place, you know, so it was fun. My next record was called Most Wanted, and the single that we chose off of that record was called Wake Up. It was a really, really fun concept for a video. The song is about everybody wanting the same thing, no matter where you are in the world. Like, some people just need to go out and forget about all the pressure and all the stress that they have and just go out and have a good time and forget all the negativity and just have fun. So it's really a catchy song, but it talks about being in all my favorite places in the world, which is Tokyo and Paris and London and New York. And we got to do all different looks. And we did this really funky, New York underground type club, and I had really dark eyes, and that was my New York look. And then I had this really short black bob and this total Japanese ensemble in a place that looked kind of like a Japanese club. Then we did a very Parisian look with a tiny little dress and fishnets and red lips and a beret. We had an English look that was more of a fun scarf and just kind of messy hair and cool, in the back of a English cab with friends. And it was really fun because I just got to experiment with all these different looks in the video, and it was very high energy, and I loved that. Every look that I had in the video and everything that I did wasn't so far away from my real life, and how, when my personality gets a certain way, I like to change. I like to look different, dress different. It's all very creative, and it got to show so many different sides of me, and it's all things that I have fun doing, is being creative and looking different and playing with your personality, When I did the new songs for my Most Wanted record, I didn't even really know what I wanted at the time. I just knew that when I heard these songs, they were really catchy, and I liked them, and I thought it was kind of a cool direction to go from this kind of pop rock sound that I was doing before, and then moving into this kind of still pop music, but adding this semi-dance edge, but still with all real instruments. Beat of My Heart was a totally different song from anything I had done before, because it was just very dance, pop, techno-ish, and nothing I had ever really been into before, but I knew when I heard it, I was like, whoa, I really like this, and I think this could be a single. We shot a really cool video, and I wanted to do something kind of mod and not robotic, but just different, not super personal, because I feel like everything that I had done before was really just me and my personality, and I kind of wanted to do a character. So the vision of having everything be see-through, you know, like the instruments and the amps and my microphone and the way I held it and the way I walked would be different. And I sat in this bubble, which was like this chair thing for some of the video, and it was all these really cool special effects. It was just really interesting. It was definitely one of the most difficult videos to shoot because everything had to be really precise and perfect, and I've never really worked like that before. I never was like a choreographed artist where I was taught how to dance and do this. I would just do what I felt. And so for this, it was like for the first time, it was really like, okay, move like this, do like this, and we got it done, and it was fun. It turned out really cool and had this really weird colors and very fluid video, and it totally matched the song. When I heard that altogether, you know, worldwide, I had sold like a total of 13 million records, it was so strange. I still don't believe it. It just seems kind of impossible for me, you know. I don't feel like someone who could do that, you know, and I found it in a really strange way too. It wasn't like I had been keeping count or I even knew, you know, because I was so busy, you don't even have time to think or like really enjoy this and be like, oh my gosh, 3 years ago, if I could have known that I was gonna do this, I would have died. And I feel so lucky, and it's really, it makes me feel like I do this for a reason. When I decided to name my record Dignity, it felt like a really strong title. Dignity is something that my mom has always really tried to instill in my sister and I, and it's not something that you can be given or that you can just get or that you're born with. It's something that you have to work on. It's not always the easiest road to take, and it's something that I hope to always strive to have. Before I released my album Dignity, we released a single called Play With Fire, and it was really just kind of a tease, like a hint, to get people into my new sound and what it's gonna be like. And a lot of the songs on the record are different from Play With Fire, but it just matches the whole kind of like dance, electro mixed with a little bit of rock sounding vibe. When I started to work on this record, I was at a place in my life that I really wanted to work on a movie because I had been touring for such a long time, and it can be really draining. It's so exciting. It's like probably one of my favorite things to do, but you need a break from it, you know, to like kind of find your passion again. And I was just wanting to write because I knew that I wanted it to be all about me doing it. Just to look back on my life and like some of the years and the experiences that I've had and be able to sit down and just write them out and not feel shy or embarrassed if it sounds bad or good, because you don't have to use it if you don't want to. But to like open that part of myself up was really exciting because I ended up finding out that I can do it, you know, and it's easy and exhilarating, you know. It's so freeing to be able to look inside yourself and see things that affect you so much that you've held on to them for long enough to write about them. We had some songs done, and then I got this call from my agent that said, okay, I'm sending a script over. I don't know if you're gonna like it because you have to play a pop star, but read it. And I was like, pop star? I don't want to play a pop star, you know? He's like, I want you to talk to these people. And so I read the script. I talked to John Cusack, who wrote it and starred in the movie, and he's like, do you want to do this? Because we'd really love to have you come down here to Bulgaria and do this movie. And I was like, I really, really want to do it, you know? And the movie's called War, Inc., and I was up there for about 2 months. So then I came back home, had some time off for Christmas, and then got back full into like making the record. I wasn't doing anything else but writing and being in the studio and listening to tracks and, you know, working with people on the record and figuring out exactly what these songs are going to be about. I'm so happy that I took that break to make the movie because lots of like personal things and experiences happened in my life that if I hadn't have experienced, wouldn't have made my record the same. A lot of the record is really, really serious, but a lot of it's done very tongue-in-cheek too, like some of the songs. It's just like so my personality and so me and so everything I think. With Love is the first single off of my new record, Dignity. It's totally dancey and fun and upbeat and just catchy. And I have a fragrance that's called With Love. And when we came up for the promotion of what we wanted to do for the fragrance, we decided to shoot like a little commercial that looks like a video. You know, so people are like watching TV and commercials are on, but then like this mini clip of like a video that like takes you into the story really quickly happens. And I wrote the song for the commercial and the fragrance and then put it on my record because I liked it so much. And it really just talks about being in a relationship and listening to the person that you're with and that you love. And even though it seems like you're not listening sometimes, you really are because you know what he's saying comes from a place of love. Thinking about kind of like where I am now in my life and the way that I look and how comfortable I feel with everything and how kind of just normal it's all become seems like such a long way away from where I started. You know, I remember shooting my very first video and being really nervous and not knowing what I was doing and feeling like, is this me? Am I, you know, I want to be myself, but I also need to be a little bit bigger and are people gonna like this? And then just kind of having so many experiences since then shooting videos, you just grow, you know, and it's like a natural progression that you get more comfortable. It's funny because I look back and I see things that I used to do, if it was like a facial expression I used to make or something, some dance movement that I would make. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I do that. But it's like really funny because you learn, and I'm sure hopefully 10 years from now I'll be able to look back at this time right now and say, oh my God, I can't believe I wore that. I thought that was so cool. It's just all my experiences and the way that my life has gone, and I'm really happy and I feel really lucky, and to be able to have it all documented like it is exciting, you know. I feel like a very, very lucky girl, and I feel like I'm in a good place where I work hard and I have a life outside of my work that I have all kinds of different experiences in, and you know, I have a great family, and all of those things really help me be who I am throughout my life and my career.